Ooh, a present. I wonder what's inside. I wonder what it is. Huh? What's this? Bloodsport 2, the next Kumite? This shit can't be real. Well, I'm just as surprised as you are, so let's dive into Bloodsport 2. Well, I wish I was kidding here, but I'm really not. Apparently, back in 1996, someone thought it would be cool to make a sequel to the Van Damme cult classic. This movie actually doesn't star Van Damme, instead we get this guy who looks a lot like Van Damme named Daniel Bernhardt. The only real difference between him and Van Damme are that he doesn't always look so airbrushed and he can speak English a little more proper than Van Damme. But not by much. Well, I'm just as antsy as you are, so let's dive right into Bloodsport 2, the next Kumite, which says so on the poster, but not in the movie. Well, let's go! So our movie begins, and we see a bunch of little kids beating the shit out of each other. I'm serious about this. That's how it really begins, when suddenly their old martial arts teacher, played by James Hong, comes out of nowhere and breaks up their shit-beating fests.
John, what are you doing?
He sounds bad, but I'm not bad.
Wow, great read there, buddy. You were so convincing in those few seconds. Any longer, and I'm sure the Academy would be calling you pretty soon.
I'm going to tell you a little story. And this one is bad.
At least the movie's honest about itself. So Wong tells a story and we transition to our main character, who is slicking his hair back and trying to pull off the swag sophisticated look. Look at him. He's so cool, acting like James Bond and having knowledge of everything. Just watch how he looks at this face for 3 seconds and automatically knows everything about it.
You like it? It's Ming, 14th century.
Oh hey, look, it's Mr. Miyagi. Hey buddy, how's the career been since Karate Kid? Well, it must not be that good since you've been starring in this piece of junk.
It's a piece of chunk. 20th century. A fortune.
I don't believe I know
My
you.
name is Peter Killerman, East India Trading Company.
David Young, master of this house.
So, after those 30 seconds of introduction, Peter continues to play it like James Bond, and that means he has his way with the ladies. So he talks to this one girl for literally 5 seconds, and he leaves to go upstairs, where his true intentions are revealed, as Peter tries to steal the katana sword that is given to the winner of the Kumite. And I'm just guessing that since this is a priceless artifact and all, that it has no security whatsoever, unless he had to beat security, which I don't really know, because he jump cutted his way into the room. Wow. I'm really glad that this Mr. Lung guy has a lot of security, otherwise someone like Peter could just go up and steal it. Oh wait, that's what he's doing! Oh look, there's security! Is that really all the security? And wait a minute, he just walks down the stairs all out in the open? Wouldn't somebody notice him leaving with that sword? Is it just that he's so obvious that that's why they don't notice him?
Are you leaving?
Huh?
What is that anyway?
It's just an old sword.
Yeah, that he proceeded to take and no one noticed him.
How about lunch tomorrow? 12:30 Jade House Hotel?
Oh, I can't. I don't get off lunch until 1.
Break the rules.
My name is Janine Alsons. What's yours?
Alex Cardot.
That's right, his real name is Alex Cardo, and he apparently just announces it out loud in front of a few people that could have probably heard him say that his name was Peter earlier. And also, nobody notices him just walking out the front door.
What the hell?
So, Alex goes to his hotel and makes his business with this guy who I'm guessing is his partner, and that after they meet, he meets up with that girl from the previous scene. He starts to talk to her, but the cops just randomly show up, and this leads to another random fight scene. Alex tries to escape, but the cops catch him, and he gets bashed in just like the reviews for this movie.
You don't like thieves in our country.
I just wanted my moment in this movie. So Alex goes to a prison, and once he is there, he sees some guys beating up on some other guy, and he goes in to intervene. Yeah, I'm not sure punching someone will make them do a backflip. Hey, that's police brutality against white guys right there. Rodney King! Rodney King! Rodney King!
They will kill you.
I can take care of myself.
So, after his brief encounter with James Hong, we see that Alex just keeps roaming around the prison and can't quite seem to get a break from a pointless action sequence. I told you I could take care of myself. Mommy!
No. That would absolutely never happen. And if you listen closely, you can actually hear his bones breaking because of the arthritis in his wrist. No old guy can do that. Nobody.
Chen, you are the boss. You are superior to him. He is new to the prison. Forgive him, please.
Dude, you should be the boss of the prison. I mean, you just beat the fucking shit out of everyone there.
So, James Hong, whose name we later find out is Mr. Sun, or Soon, or however you pronounce it, takes Alex under his wing and trains him in this fighting technique called the Iron Hand. This is what he used earlier to break the board. Now, this Iron Hand thing is the ultimate of fighting moves. It even gives you the power to move water without touching it, and the ability to blow up candles with your fist. So, because this move is so heavily talked about, we now know what he will be used during the climax. And a sort of Karate Kid ripoff, like when the crane move that Mr. Miyagi did, and since Mr. Miyagi is in this movie, this further clarifies the obvious. By the way, when are they going to start talking about the Kumite? It's been 19 damn minutes, and the only thing related to the Kumite that we have seen is that damn sword.
So look, why are you helping me? Tell me why.
25 years ago, I competed in the Kumite. You ever heard of it?
No?
Japanese word for fight.
Okay, so if it's Japanese, then why does the Kumite take place in Hong Kong?
Alright, look. Assuming I wasn't in jail. Assuming I was ready. How would I get an invitation?
You earn it.
So, for no real reason at all, Alex, I guess, wants to compete in the Kumite. I guess to honor his master, but they've had no real bond because they have only been friends for what, like a week, or not really any time at all. But because the plot needs some excuse to show fighting, we will just go with it. And to further add fuel to the fire, some guards set Alex up to fight that fat guy from earlier, and once again, beat up Alex. Alex even manages to use the Iron Hand on that guy, but this movie's villain, named Demon, decides to kill him.
Yes, this movie, in fact, has a villain. And let me tell you, he's one of the most boring, pointless, stupidest villains I have ever seen on film, period.
First off, he was only put in the movie in here as a way to replace Chong Li, but all this guy does throughout the whole movie is staring and making faces. In the first one, we had this big build-up to Chong Li, but in here he's not even really like in the movie, and you wouldn't even know this guy was the main bad guy until he appears in the Kumite. But aside from that, he doesn't add anything to the story. Let's look at this for a second. In the first movie, Chong Li was the current champion of the Kumite, and he was supposed to be this unstoppable force, and everybody knew about it. And here, though, we have this demon, a guard at Alex's prison, who has never won the Kumite, let alone seriously compete in it. The only thing that this seems threatening about him is his name. Bottom line, this guy sucks ass.
Ugh. This movie is so pointless. And I'm so bored right now. Ugh, I feel like I'm watching a wall. A blank, a motionless wall that creates a state of boredom that is hard to achieve. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be doing this. Okay, continue.
Oh, and since Alex is done with this whole character development stuff, from bad guy to good guy, Mr. Miyagi helps him to get released, but only on one condition. That he gets the sword back that he stole because they need it for the Kumite. Which doesn't make any sense, because in the first movie it seemed like there was a new sword given out to each winner. I guess the Kumite has a smaller budget now, just like this movie's comparison to the first one.
What's your name?
Alex Cardo.
Invitation, please.
I don't have one.
Then you can compete. Next, please.
Well, it appears Alex can't compete in the Kumite because he has no invitation. So what is he supposed to do?
If only there was someone who could save this movie.
You call that a punch?
Yes! It's Ray Jackson! Ray fucking Jackson! Oh my gosh, Ray. This movie is depressingly bad. Now that you're here, I'm certain it'll be better. Well, you know, a little bit better. Better than what I've been watching this whole time. Better than this fucking shit that's been spewing out of the screen, the whatever, into my face. Ray, please. Man, Ray, save me. Save me, Ray. Please!